Have you ever noticed how silence often feels louder than noise? In our chaotic, noisy world, silence is not the absence of sound. It's a profound force that influences our minds, bodies, and lives. From ancient meditation practices to cutting-edge neuroscience, there are hidden powers within silence that are rarely explored. In this journey, we will go into the science, philosophy, and cultural significance of silence and uncover how it shapes our world in ways we never thought possible. Neuroscience shows that silence has quantifiable effects on the brain. One 2013 study found 2 hours of silence daily to increase the growth of new cells in the hippocampus region of the brain, a region linked to memory and learning. Silence reduces stress by lowering cortisol levels. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which slows down your heart rate, slowing everything in the body. Silence enhances creativity and clarity. During silence, the brain goes into what is called the default mode network, associated with self-reflection, daydreaming, and creativity. It is in stepping away from constant stimulation that silence provides the clarity needed for problem-solving and innovation. Cost of noise. Prolonged exposure to noise pollution has been associated with increased stress, heart disease, and sleep disorders. Silence acts as a reset, allowing the body and mind to recover. Ancient practices in silence. Meditation and yoga silence has been a cornerstone of meditation and yoga for centuries. Practices like Vipassana meditation emphasize prolonged silence to cultivate mindfulness and inner peace. In Hinduism and Jainism, the practice of mauna, voluntary silence, symbolizes self-control and spiritual discipline. In Zen Buddhism, silence is considered a way to access deeper truths. Teachers often use silence to convey lessons that go beyond words, encouraging students to sit with the silence to find enlightenment. A popular Zen koan asks, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" The answer lies not in words, but in silent contemplation. Cultural significance. Indigenous cultures, such as Native American traditions, revere silence. They believe it cultivates a connection with nature and the universe, allowing us to listen to the wisdom around us. The noise of the modern world. The epidemic of noise pollution. The sounds in the cities are relentless, from traffic to technology. These studies show that noise levels in urban settings usually exceed the World Health Organization recommendations and cause chronic stress with reduced quality of life. Why silence is so elusive? Today's world is arranged so as to be loud. Smartphones, social media, and 24/7 connectivity. All these really mean that we never exist without some sort of background noise or distraction. As silence becomes a luxury, people are beginning to seek it out through meditation retreats, soundproof spaces, and even quiet zones. The philosophical perspective. What is silence? Is silence simply the absence of sound, or is it something more? Philosophers like Lao Tzu and Rumi suggest that silence is a state of being that connects us to the divine and our true selves. Rumi's famous quote, "Silence is the language of God, everything else is a poor translation," highlights the spiritual depth of silence. The power of introspection. Silence acts as a mirror, reflecting our inner thoughts and emotions. It forces us to confront ourselves, offering clarity and self-awareness. Heidegger, a German philosopher, believed that silence was essential to understanding existence. It's in the silent moments that we grasp the essence of life. The music of silence. Artists and musicians. On silence, silence has inspired artists and musicians for centuries. John Cage's 433 is a composition that consists of complete silence, challenging the audience to listen to the sounds around them. Simon and Garfunkel's the sound of silence became a cultural phenomenon, capturing the alienation and longing for connection in modern life. Silence in music. In music, silence is as important as sound. Pauses create tension, anticipation, and emotional depth, proving that silence can be just as expressive as noise. Practical applications of silence. In problem solving and decision making, silence allows the mind to process information and think critically. Many great thinkers, including Albert Einstein, were known to retreat into silence to solve complex problems. In communication, silence is a powerful tool in conversations. It can convey empathy, create space for reflection, or encourage honesty. Negotiators and therapists often use silence to elicit deeper responses. The hidden power of silence. Silence isn't empty, it's full of meaning. In the spaces between sounds, words, and thoughts, we find clarity, connection, and creativity. Silence allows us to step away from the noise of the world and tune into the rhythm of life itself. Try to embrace silence in daily life. Take a minute, switch off, and simply be. Sharing comments. When was your recent deep silence experience and what happened to your thought flow and emotions?